Throughout the years, the fighting game genre has gone through a renaissance. There's been a wide range of releases, including Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat 11, Soul Calibur 6, and many more. It's hard to pinpoint when so many fighting games started to release, but the future looks even brighter with the likes of Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat 12, and yes, Street Fighter 6 releasing in the coming month.
Nothing stops this train! The drive impact is
Capcoms Fighter is the most interesting, not just because it's out soon, June 2nd, but because of how things have changed. Yoshinori Ono, who served as producer for the series up to Street Fighter V, is not involved, having left Capcom in the summer of 2022. It's the first game to run on RE Engine and releases on current-gen consoles, though a PS4 version is also coming. More importantly, for a flagship Capcom franchise with a low-key mainstream presence since Street Fighter V's disastrous launch, the sequel has this air of electricity about it. When Street Fighter V released in February of 2016, it was rife with problems. Finding a match online was near impossible due to server issues. Furthermore, the amount of content was suspiciously thin. Arcade mode was nowhere to be found, and the fact that it was trying out some new monetization for earning new characters, regardless of how it turned out later, didn't sit well due to all the other problems. Street Fighter 6 is a different story. Right out the gate, it embraces the street culture and fighting scene that defined the series from the beginning. The art style is vivid and stylish, with graffiti-like flourishes and bombastic particle effects in each fight. More importantly, it's taking a holistic approach to what Street Fighter means to everyone. When Street Fighter II first launched, no one could have predicted its impact. It was revolutionary, one of a kind, spurring a mad rash for arcade machines and pretenders. Future classics like Mortal Kombat to Killer Instinct would emerge to cash in on its success. However, Street Fighter means something different to every person. Some view it as a way to jump in and beat down an opponent using flashy moves and combos. Maybe you'd button mash through fights or learn a few moves to carry you through. As a popular mainstay in arcades, it was a way to kill time, compete against some incredible players, or even watch matches play out. Over time, it's evolved into a competitive sport where timing, combos, parries, and more are just the beginning. Not everyone plays it for the same reasons. Capcom has recognized this and designed Street Fighter 6 to appeal to all kinds of fighters. The three main modes, which sound more like fundamental pillars, explain it best. Fighting Ground is where you go to, well, fight. It's your all-in-one description for versus, casual, ranked, and the new extreme battles, which throws in various crazy modifiers. Whether you're looking for a quick match or want to jump into the extensive training menu, this is where you go to fight. World Tour is more of a career mode where players customize their fighter and chart a path. Train with different Street Fighter icons to learn their moves, explore the environment for secrets, and fight with a random opponent to prove your might. Maybe you'll find someone more skilled and take a beating before climbing back up to win. It's a nice spin on the World Warrior theme, especially since you need to earn money through minigames. You will eventually traverse the world in search of stronger opponents. Finally, there's the Battle Hub, which captures that feel of a futuristic arcade. There are tournaments, cabinets to fight or spectate other players at, goods to purchase, and even classic arcade games like Street Fighter II Turbo and Final Fight to pass the time. Throughout all fights, you can enable real-time commentary, which pulls from 8 different commentators like Jeremy Vicious Lopez, Aru, Thea Trinidad, and James J. Chenser Chen. It brings a level of hype to matches that mirror the likes of EVO and sounds amazing. All this would matter less if the battle system or the online match quality, which has rollback netcode and crossplay support, weren't up to standards. The latter is still up in the air, but the gameplay mechanics have been nothing short of impressive thus far. The launch roster has 18 characters, and each have their own unique style, whether it's DJ Sway or Manon's use of judo and ballet. The new drive gauge encourages different offensive and defensive strategies, as long as you have the meter to spare. Absorb an attack with drive impact and deliver a hard-hitting blow that can knock opponents against walls. Unleash an EX special move style attack for more damage with overdrive, or use drive reversal to counter an attack. The return of super arts, with each character having 3, and critical arts available when you're low on health, is also great. There's just so much room to play around with the mechanics, and it's all in keeping with past Street Fighter tenets. If that weren't enough, there are multiple control types, like Dynamic, which automatically unleashes combos based on your position, or Modern, for performing moves without extensive button inputs. There are limitations for Dynamic. It can't be used in online play or all fighting ground modes. And though Modern control sounds nice, they won't provide finer control like the traditional 6-button layout will. Overall, it's a great way to usher in new players, whether they want to get in some quick fights without learning everything all at once, or slowly build their skills over time. We've talked about a fighting game renaissance, but Street Fighter 6 feels like a reinvigoration for the franchise. It simultaneously pushes new combat mechanics and features while retaining the classic feel and values that appeal to longtime fans. The characters all look incredible, and the sheer depth of their kits, to say nothing of the production values behind their visuals and animations, is something to behold. It all feels like it comes together in a way where nothing feels lacking, unlike Street Fighter V. It's a given that Street Fighter 6 will be one of the biggest games of the year based on sales alone, even with other heavy hitters like Final Fantasy XVI releasing in the same month. The long-term future is harder to predict. Who knows what kinds of new features or balance changes Capcom could introduce that make the game better or worse. However, for the first time in what feels like a very long time, there's an excellent base to build off of, one that showcases why Street Fighter is such a hallowed franchise. It's truly the start of a new era. And that brings us to the end of the video. A quick request before we conclude. We upload new videos every single day, and if you like what we are doing, please consider subscribing. It really helps us out. Also, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon so that you can receive daily video updates. Thanks for watching.